To Tennessee now, where new immigration laws take the crackdown a step further. The laws create sweeping criminal penalties for anyone who provides shelter to an undocumented immigrant. The American Immigration Council says they make it illegal for a church to offer temporary shelter, a landlord to rent out a room, or a family member to live with someone who is undocumented. So CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdes is live in Nashville. So Nicole, why don't you walk us through these new laws and what it means for people who live in Tennessee?
Julie, good evening. Well, many of the undocumented immigrants living in the state fear they could find it harder to find a place to live. It's why several immigration advocacy groups are in fact now suing against at least one of those laws, hoping to block it from its enforcement, which is set to start tomorrow, arguing it could put not only landlords but churches and even family members at risk of prosecution if they simply help them look for a place to live here. The bill defines someone who is harboring an undocumented person as anyone who's providing shelter for financial benefit. So that could mean, as you mentioned, renting out room to them or letting them live in their home. The groups suing really argue that the law is far too broad and could target those who are trying to help immigrants who may have come to the U.S. illegally at first, but who may now have earned legal status here.
What reactions are you seeing and are you getting in the community? What are people telling you?
Well, clearly a lot of people find this to be a very controversial law here. This is, in fact, one of several new laws that will take effect tomorrow in the state, and others are just as much being discussed here that include, in fact, criminalizing certain elected officials if they choose to vote to make a city or a community here part of a sanctuary here. Any local leader in the state of Tennessee who chooses to vote for a sanctuary policy, really in any city, could be charged with a Class E felony, all while a new agency focused on immigration will soon be formed here. The state's official Centralized Immigration Enforcement Division will be enacted tomorrow, and it plans to allocate state resources to local agencies to ensure that they're cooperating and assisting federal authorities in immigration enforcement. It will also provide incentives for local police departments, for example, to enter into those 287G programs that grant officers certain powers in assisting with deportations of anyone suspected of being in the country illegally. Another highly debated issue that both sides of the aisle have strong opinions on.
The laws passed by our state legislature prove Tennessee continues to be the tip of the spear for the rights of our communities and the future of our multiracial democracy.
Even if you disagree, the law is the law, and President Trump and his immigration enforcement officials, including Border Czar Tom Homan, have made it very clear they are going to come into our communities in our state, and we want to make sure that we're all cooperating with their efforts.
Now, we'll see where that lawsuit challenging at least that first law we talked about goes, but clearly for now, a very contentious issue here, and some arguing that the state of Tennessee may in fact be trying to regulate a federal issue here in one state. Julie.
All right, Nicole Valdes. Nicole, thank you.